Saturday. Okay, I had a thought. And the thought was about hopelessness or feeling hopeless. And I know we have a lot of people who are dealing in feeling hopeless. And a lot of times, our hopelessness is triggered from not receiving that which we thought we should have at this particular time in our lives. Or it can be triggered by allowing our eyes to be planted in someone else's garden. What do I mean by that? Some of us had a life plan, and by the age of I should have had, or by now I should be, or I should have this house that I've been planning for, but then the pandemic happened and it touched my savings, and so I don't have that anymore. So your dream house seems to be shattered, or the hope of your dream house, or the marriage or the relationship that you thought would end in marriage. Somehow he's left you high and dry, and that story has been shattered. Or by now you thought you would have that great job or your degree, and life happened and now you're feeling hopeless. Or you've been looking at your neighbor, and your neighbor has a driving mower to cut his grass or her grass, and you still got to push more. You know what I'm saying. Our lens of life sometimes can be dimmed or needs to be cleaned, so to speak. So I was thinking about a couple stories in the Bible. And I thought about the man that was at the pool of Bethesda for 38 years. Then I thought about the woman with the issue of blood. And then I thought about the woman who was bowed over for 38 years. So I rested my hat with the man at the pool of Bethesda and the woman who had the issue of blood. So the man at the pool of Bethesda, think about this story. The Bible says he's been there 38 years. He has an ailment. First off, how did he get there? That's probably for another time. But he's at the pool. 38 years. The Bible says the angels come and they trouble the water, and people got to get in the water, and there's your healing, so to speak. So think about it. He is inundated with people who look, feel, are just like him, sick, ailments, crippled, can't get around. So I'm sure that had to leave them in a helpless state. But it's interesting. Some of us have allowed our ailments, our issues, and because life didn't happen the way that we planned it, to have us in a state. Some of us been there 6 months. Some of us been there a year. Some of us are just like the man at the pool of Bethesda. And some of us are hopeless and we're stuck. So the Bible says that Jesus came on the scene and he said, "Will thou be made whole?" Or he said, "What up, dude?" Well, no, he didn't say that. I won't add to it, but I just want to make it real for us. Now listen, I don't have answers. I've been in a state of feeling like I was hopeless because my life plan was shattered. So you're not the only one who's been here, done that, got a t-shirt. And I promise you, everybody in this lifetime has felt the feeling of hopelessness. It's what you do with it is what helps you get through it. And remember, it's a feeling. It's a feeling. So Jesus says, "What up, man? Would thou be made whole?" And the man begins to tell him his story. I believe, because the Bible says that he will never leave nor forsake us. So Jesus wasn't void of the understanding of the man's journey. I believe that's why he came on the scene. He had been there too long. And some of us, Jesus is stepping on the scene today and said, "Will thou be made whole?" What is he saying? Hey, will you get up from the state that he left you? Or she left you. You lost a job. Those folk were talking about you. Those people thought the worst of you. Will you be made whole? Will you get up? You've been there too long. So then here we are. He's telling him his story. And it's interesting. He asks him again. Because it wasn't about how he got there. It was about what he was going to do to get up. Would he change his mind? The choice is yours. Will you be made whole? Will you get up from your situation today? So then we got the other story of my girl who decided, look, I have gone to every doctor. I've spent all my money and I still got this dripping blood. I still got this issue. So I hear Jesus coming to town. So what am I going to do? I am going to go touch the hem of his garment. We got two mindsets from two different ends of the spectrum. This woman gets up and decides, oh, I'm going to do something about this. The other story, Jesus just steps on the scene and says, hey, get up. That's what he's saying. Look, you've been here too long. Get up. So I want you to know, everybody goes through the hopeless state. Make the decision to get up today. We understand life. Life isn't fair. Nobody has all the answers. The only thing that I could say that could be of some hope for you today is to lay it at the feet of Jesus. Take him at his word and understand this life will hit you with situations that you did not expect. Everybody's dealing with it now, COVID. But even in the midst of it, people are getting up, making different decisions, holding on to the hem of Jesus' garment and saying, I will be made whole. I will have better things in my life for my family. So, if hopelessness or feeling hopeless is your story today, I'm praying for you, and I'm saying to you, get up. Jesus is saying you've been there too long. Get the resilience and make a decision. You're going to take that issue and lay it at the feet of Jesus. And think about it. It's not the end of the world. It may have been a blessing that he or she left you. You didn't get that job because another one is coming. I know after a while you don't want to hear all of that, but at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. Change your lenses. Put on clearer glasses. Look at it from a different perspective. Lay your plans down, especially if it's making you feel helpless. So I want you to be encouraged. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't give doorways or don't invite the enemy in. Because if he comes in, he brings people. He brings a whole slew of people that ain't on your team. So have a great day and change your perspective.